Welcome to the 15th International Congress of Coaching Psychology 2025. This is day 5 of this 5-day event. The theme this week has been the evolution of coaching, psychology theory, research and practice. If you're into social media, by all means use the hashtag ISFCP 2025 and also hashtag coaching psychology. This session is actually the 4th SCP Italy Research Hub Symposium we're attending this afternoon. And it's amazing how time flies. This is the 4th one. We probably didn't imagine it was going to go on for all these years. So it's really great to get to this one so far. So here we go. We're going to go on a few more slides and then we'll be starting the symposium officially. So this is also International Coaching Psychology Day. And this is celebrating the evolution of coaching psychology research, theory, research and practice. And the hashtag is ICPD 2025. You'll see quite a lot of social media posts about it today. You can also go to the website www.icpd.isfcp.info for more information. Our thanks to different professional bodies around the world who've been involved with supporting and sponsoring this event. And that includes SCP Italy, of course, for this very special symposium.
Our thanks to the Corporate Congress sponsors of the 15th International Congress of Coaching Psychology, 2025.
Coming near the end of the Congress now, but if any of you are having problems still accessing some of the streams, then you can actually go to the website online, or it's probably easier to go to the help desk and you'll be given the links or timetables with the links there too today. And the Congress administration, and some of you have already met Tracy today, and also Claire in the help desk room and networking room, and they're there for the rest of the day. It's still there to help you if you need links or need to get out into the breakout rooms to speak to the speakers as well. There's also Congress Wellbeing. In the unlikely event of a Congress attendee becoming distressed by any lecture or presentation they've attended or interaction with another attendee, they can speak to our coaching counseling psychologist, Kasia Samanska, who can be contacted via our Zoom help desk and networking room. And there you'll be offered have a meeting with Kasia in a breakout room. Okay. So, warm pass over to Silvana, who's chairing this session, and over to you, Silvana.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it.
So much, Stephen, and good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to this 4th, as we said, Stephen, 4th ICP Italy Research Hub Symposium, streaming from Roma, Milano, Ancona, and Oporto. It's true? Okay. Okay. And I'm Silvana Dini, fellow and honorary vice president of ISCP, co-founder and steering committee member of SCP Italy, and co-coordinator of this research hub with Professor Stephen Palmer. So I'm very delighted to be here with Stephen. And Stephen is our witness of the growth of SCP Italy, and is also a great mentor of us, and is also the representative of ISCP, International Center for Coaching Psychology Research. So thank you so much. Since 2021, this hub of research has become a living space in Italy. That means a place where practice and research meet, a place where curiosity connects experience with knowledge. Over these years, a quiet but steady movement has grown. A group of practitioners, psychologists, coaching psychologists, who have chosen to learn through research and to bring their practice into inquiry. So now, currently, our research hub is active in 3 research streams. The first one is coaching and intelligent AI. The second one, coach self-efficacy. And the third one, coaching and ecopsychology. And a small, passionate team guides each research stream. We are in total more or less 10 voluntary members of these teams, and we involved and try to involve again dozens of colleagues, and we built partnerships with 3 universities. So this tells us something essential, that research, it is not only about data and results, is about also reflection on action for a practitioner. Is research, search again, okay? And is also creating knowledge together. And so in this symposium, we are happy to share with this truly international and excellent network our research updates. So in each of these 3 streams of research. So let's start with the stream coach self-efficacy. And coach self-efficacy with Diana Gugliardiera. Let me introduce Diana for people that never know. I think it's almost impossible. Diana Gugliardiera, PhD, is a psychologist, coach, and associate professor at the Port Accounting and Business School, Polytechnic of Porto in Portugal. And at SCP Italy, we are proud to have validated the Italian version of the coaching skills of efficacy scale developed by Diana. And this scale is for us an aspect of the learning assessment processes designed for the masters in business coaching psychology that we developed with in partnership SCP Italy and the University in Rome, Università Europea di Roma. So over to you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Silvana. It's a pleasure to be with you here again. Before my presentation, I just want to say 2 things. One is that I know Stefan from 2011. Yes, that's the first time I met him. It was in a conference in Barcelona. That was the first time I met Silvana. I'm not sure if it was. Yes. So, Stefan, I admire your work very much. And not only, of course, the quality of your academic and researcher as an academic, as a researcher, as a presenter, but there is something that makes you differentiate you from other academics and researchers. And I think it's your capacity to build networks. You have been doing an amazing job putting together people from all around the world to make the knowledge about coaching psychology grow, and putting people together and maintaining it. We can see that we are in the 15th Congress. Maintaining it is also a huge challenge. So I want to acknowledge here your support. That is the second part. All the support that I have been receiving from you. Like Silvana said, you have been our mentor for more than 10 years. Yes, Silvana. So thank you so much, Stefan. It's a pleasure to have you in my life. Also, Silvana and
Thank
colleagues from Italy, it has been a pleasure to work with you for some years now. And I also want to say hello to some participants that I already know, and you know that I'm talking to you because there are some of them. So thank you so much for being here, and also for the people that I don't know, and it's the first time maybe that they are seeing our work. So I'll start to share my screen. And we'll start my presentation. Hope are you seeing now? Yes? Okay, great. So this time I'm going to talk about, this is the fourth symposium of the Italian Research Hub. And this time I'm going to present something more focused on the coach, and again testing the self-efficacy coaching model, a model that I have developed with Stefan, and we have some publications about this. So our focus today is I'm sorry, just a minute. Is to present this study. So I will start with a very quick overview of the self-efficacy theory, then the study aim, the participants, findings, and final remarks. So, of course, the first thing is what is self-efficacy? It may be defined as the confidence you feel in your capacity to successfully perform certain action or group of actions, or to cope with a challenging situation or situations. So this is adapted from Bandura, Albert Bandura, and it's the general definition of self-efficacy. And one important thing about the social cognitive theory is that Bandura integrates the sources of self-efficacy. So how can we enhance our self-efficacy and the self-efficacy of the others? And he explains, I will not take a long time here because this is his original work that it's very known. So, but just successful past performance. So if you were successful in the past, you will have more confidence that will be successful again in the future. Observing others, verbal encouragement, and physiological and emotional state. But then Albert Bandura also tell us what happens if your self-efficacy is strong or weak? What is the consequences of the self-efficacy? One is the choice and effort. When we feel confident, we choose to do that activity, and we put effort on it. Also, the persistence, and something very important that is related to the quality of performance. So the more self-efficacy you have, the more the quality of your performance will be, and also your emotional well-being. However, self-efficacy is specific to each domain of human functioning. So self-efficacy is a judgment of personal capability, and it can change over time. It is not a stable trait, okay? And can be intentionally enhanced either by the person or by others. So when we start studying self-efficacy in a different domain, in a new domain, we need to create questionnaires, instruments to evaluate that specific self-efficacy. And we also need to define what is it. So we have this paper from 2012 that where we define coaching self-efficacy is the perceived capability one has in her ability to establish trusting relationships and communicate effectively with others in order to facilitate their personal and professional potential, okay? So this is the definition of this concept, coaching self-efficacy. And how to measure it? Oh, I'm not talking about how to measure it yet. I'm going to just an overview of our SEC model. So our focus here is the coach self-efficacy. So the higher the self-efficacy of the coach, the better for the coach and for the client too. And what are the sources or determinants? The model posits that training can be a source of self-efficacy, supervision, past performance, emotional intelligence. So all of these can be sources of self-efficacy of the coach relating to his performance. And if depending on the level of self-efficacy of the coach, it will be his or her performance, okay? More self-efficacy, better performance. Oh, sorry. And finally, if the coach do his or her job well, coaches will have more better outcomes, okay? And also the evaluation that the client does about the coach will also be better. And again, what happens with the coaches is transformed in another self-efficacy source, okay? Because it is in the experience of the coach. This study that we are going to present is we take supervision and past performance and see if these two variables have a relationship with coach self-efficacy, okay? Context. So the Italian Research Hub has been testing the self-efficacy coaching model. We have been doing this in our hub. We already did the validation of the Italian version. And this time our question is, do supervision and years of coaching practice enhance the coach's self-efficacy? So my colleagues from Italy prepared the online survey and collected the data, communicate the survey. And of course, confidentiality and voluntary participation was guaranteed. And then what I was going to tell you before, it's this question, how to measure coaching skills self-efficacy. So as me and Stefan started to apply, we were the first to apply the social cognitive theory in a theoretical model about coaching skills, self-efficacy. So we need to develop this scale, and the scale asks how confident do you feel to, and then, for instance, here an item, help a client to clarify his or her goals. That is one of the skills, of course, all the coaches need to have. Then we also included the general self-efficacy scale. Why did we include this? Some minutes ago, I told you that self-efficacy is specific of each domain. However, there are some authors that posit that there are also a general self-efficacy. And so they developed this scale. And our expectation is that the relationships will be with the specific self-efficacy and not so much with the general, okay? And then we ask socio-demographic and professional information. 139 Italian professional coaches answered to the questionnaire. When I say professional coaches, I mean coaches that are already being paid for their services, their coaching services, okay? The coaches' experience varied from 1 to 26 years. The majority of them, 72%, had 5 years old or more. And about supervision, we asked in the questionnaire, do you receive supervision from other coaches? And they answered yes or no. And the majority answered yes. However, there is a lot to grow yet in this context. So first we look at gender differences and using the t-test, so coaching skills self-efficacy, we found that men tend to have more or higher self-efficacy when compared to women, okay? About general self-efficacy, we didn't find any differences, so it's the same. And here I add something that is, we need to start looking at these gender differences that we see in our reality, in the world. So there are a lot of researchers that says that, of course, research should be inclusive. So we need to start asking in a broader way about the gender and consider the non-binary, the trans, etc., or at least these two. And also to study what is it, what is non-binary, what is trans. Otherwise, we can ask in a wrong way. So I leave this here, and I think in our questionnaire we ask non-binary or other, but then nobody answered. Maybe because they are older, and we see this tendency in the younger ones. Age differences, no age differences related to the self-efficacy. And now coach experience. So we ask how many years of coaching experience do you have? And we found a positive relationship with coaching skills self-efficacy. And we were expecting this, okay? More experience, more self-efficacy, okay? So more successful past performance as a source, more self-efficacy. And as we expected, there is no relationship between coach experience and general self-efficacy. As Bandura says, and I agree, of course, because I use his theory to put this model, to construct this model. We need to have specific ways of defining and measuring a specific self-efficacy. And our domain is coaching. So we can see that coach experience act as a source for coaching skills, self-efficacy, but didn't act as a source for general self-efficacy. We then decided to, using another way of analyzing the data, we try to see the effect of coach experience on self-efficacy, but controlling for gender and age. Why? Gender, because in the beginning we saw that there are some differences. And age, because although there were not differences, when we think about the years of coaching experience, of course they are related with age. Because if I am 30, I cannot have 40 years of experience. So we decided to control these two variables to see what happens. And we found, again, that the coach experience still relates and explains part of the coaching skills self-efficacy. Related to the supervision, remember that people answered yes or no. We did a t-test with the group of yes and the group of no, and we didn't find any difference among the group, the ones that receive and the ones that didn't receive. So, going back to the model, we were trying to see the effect of supervision and past performance on coach self-efficacy. Our hypothesis about supervision was not supported by the study, but the one about past performance was supported. So the present study provides further evidence in support of the model in two ways. Past performance acted as a source of coach self-efficacy, and the specific effect of coaching self-efficacy was reinforced against general self-efficacy. However, we found no effect of supervision on coach self-efficacy. This was a really unexpected result. And our group discussed about this. And one thing, it may be due to the restrictive procedure used in this study to evaluate coach supervision. So we only asked, do you have supervision? And the answer was yes or no. However, it is known that many factors characterize the experience of supervision. The duration of supervision, the frequency, the supervisor characteristics, the quality of the supervision delivered, amongst others. So, future research would benefit from a comprehensive evaluation of the supervision experience. This would allow to explore the effect of several indicators in the supervision experience in the coach self-efficacy, and also understand if there are supervision factors more important to self-efficacy enhancement. Of course, in a future study, we can also, if we evaluate supervision in this more comprehensive way and we don't find results, we also need, it's also important to know that. And of course, other studies also enhance this literature about this. So it will be very interesting that someone use this scale and try to test the model. We can test in several parts or in a small part. It will be good to have more people doing this research in the model. Overall, we can say that the findings further support the self-efficacy coaching model application in the Italian context. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here with you. And in the networking part, Silvana will be available to answer the questions of the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Diana. And we have already the next part of research for this research stream. Thank you so much. And for question and answer, do you know we have all together the section after this hour, a section for question and answer in the network room. And so we continue to navigate in the second research stream. This stream is the time of coaching and ecopsychology. And let me introduce Liana Catani. Liana is a PhD, a full member of SCP Italy, also steering committee member. She is a senior consultant in people, culture and organizational development, psychologist, psychological coaching practitioner and researcher, psychotherapist. She has more than 30 years of international experience in improving and developing people and organization, both profit and not profit. Over to you, Liana.
Thank you very much, Silvana. I go directly to the screen and I start to show the research, and I leave to the last part my thanks to all of you. So once again, we are here to share the evolution of this research stream by SCP Italy. This study began in 2020, and over this period we have defined the research design, the work protocol, we selected the instruments, we conducted the pilot study, and finally today we are presenting the first comparative study on the effect of walking coaching and sit coaching compared to people who do not attend any coaching sessions. I tried to move the slides. Okay. So the research team is composed by 4 Italian colleagues, all present in this picture. All SCP Italy members, all psychologists, Francesco, Angela, Silvana, myself, and we have the valued support of Zelda Di Blasi as a mentor and a supervisor for this study. Before to go into the research, I want to just spend a few words about why this research. So three main pillars have inspired this study, and I want to share them with you. So the first pillar is related to the philosophy of working. In the past centuries, Rousseau first, later Thoreau, and others, obviously, wrote that walking offers opportunities for introspection, regeneration, and physical movement promotes an inner clarity, freedom of thought, and contact with oneself. So a lot of, resources for us. The second pillar is related to the relationship between psychology and nature. So it's widely recognized that the interaction between humans and nature has a positive impact in awareness, well-being, and much more. And the third pillar is related to the coaching psychology. So 10 years ago, thanks coaching psychology through authors such as Reed, Turner, Palmer, Di Blasi, O'Riordan, and the broader field of ecopsychology, researchers began to intentionally explore the role of nature and movement in coaching practice. And these three pillars bring us to put the coaching behind the room, outdoors. Okay, so the motivation to this study. Going on the research, the objective of the research is to compare the cognitive, emotional, and behavioral effect of walking coaching with those of sit coaching, as well as with a control group of people not experienced any coaching. Our hypothesis is that participants in a walking coaching session enhance the benefit of a traditional coaching, the seated one, thanks to the combined effect of physical activity and human-nature interaction. The study compares two experimental groups, walk and talk coaching, sit and talk coaching, with a control group. So the control group completed the same measures as the same time interval, 1 hour, as the experimental groups, allowing us to compare changes over the time and to control as well the possible test and retest effects. So the coach interest in the study was free to propose either walking or seated coaching session according to their usual practice. And they informed the coaches about the study, and coaches interested in the study completed a demographic questionnaire and an health screening checklist, important in particular for those engaged in a walking session. And obviously, they also signed the consent form for the privacy, for the use of their data. And the questionnaire were administered via a link sent to each coachee in their smartphone by their coach, and were completed both at the beginning and at the end of session, more or less 1 hour apart. We used 3 validated instruments in their Italian version. And in particular, we used the WHO5 to assess the psychological well-being. We used the confusion subscale of the Italian mood scale to measure awareness. And we use the subjective vitality scale to measure vitality. But participants were also asked to describe 3 objectives reflecting their state of well-being, vitality, and mental state at the time of the measurement, so before and after the session. Some information was asked also to coach, and they completed a checklist at the end of each session, reporting general information about location, about weather condition, about temperature, and so on. What about the results? The participants at the study were composed by 2 experimental groups, 3 in the group of walk and talk coaching. We have had 33 coachees, and 9 coachees were part of the sit and talk group. Plus, we have had 20 participants that formed the control group, who, as mentioned, completed the same measures 1 hour apart. We managed both quantitative and qualitative analysis, and now we are going to explore the results. So, first of all, due the small size of the sit and talk group, we couldn't reach statistical significance in any pre-post comparisons. But when comparing the walk and talk group with the control group, we found that walk and talk participants showed a significant improvement in well-being after the session. The same results emerged for awareness. The walking coaching group improved by reducing negative mood scores, while the control group showed no change. And again, a similar, even stronger results was found for vitality, where the walking coaching group showed a clear increase in vitality scores compared to the stable control group. So it means that across all measure, walk and talk coaching produce statistically significant improvement in vitality, in well-being, and in awareness compared with the group with no intervention, control group. The sit and talk show a positive trend, but I just told that we don't have a statistical significance, mainly due to small size, and the control group remains stable, indicating that there is not a spontaneous improvement over time. We manage also qualitative analysis, and in particular, we analyze the objectives chosen by participant before and after each session, and by the control group after 1 hour. We grouped the objectives into 3 semantic clusters: positive, negative, and ambivalent. And we analyze also their frequency. We analyze the semantic variation, and we mapped also the change or stability of the objective between the pre and post session. Thanks the specific software, the specific tools, we manage this kind of analysis. And here our results. Here we are speaking about the frequency of positive, the first one, negative, and ambivalent adjective per each dimension. And here we analyze the walk and talk group. Here in this slide we can see that the walk and talk group showed an increase in positive adjectives and a decrease of negative adjectives after the session. For concerning the well-being, positive adjectives increase after the session, with a few negative adjective words were reported. So we didn't find a lot of negative adjectives in the description of their well-being. Concerning the mental state, again, we have positive adjective increased after the session. So overall, the walk and talk group seems to show a great increase in positive adjective and a good reduction in negatives one. Concerning the sit and talk group, we see that this group show a moderate improvement across all the 3 dimensions, with a higher frequency of positive adjective after the session. So it means that this group shows a more moderate improvement, but positive improvement. The control group showed a slight increase in positive objective for vitality and decrease of negative objectives in the same dimension. And concerning beginning and the mental state, remain stable across all the category: positive, negative, and ambivalent. So it means that this group is stable, and it shows minimal oscillations and fluctuation. So at the end, what the frequency tell us? The walk and talk group seems to show the greatest increase in positive objectives across all the 3 variables, and with a clear decrease in negative adjectives. The sit and talk group showed a moderate improvement, and the control group remained more static, with continuous presence of ambivalent or negative objectives. So these findings reinforce our hypothesis and reinforce that the hypothesis that movement during the coaching session promotes a broader and deeper activation. We manage also a semantic analysis, and concerning the walk and talk group, we can see a more intense and dynamic vitality, a strong sense of physical also well-being, and an orientation toward an active and goal-oriented mental state. Concerning the sit and talk group, this group showed a balanced state of vitality and well-being, and a mental state that we can define as reflective. And the control group instead presents a more fragmented and less coherent objectives regarding the vitality, with fluctuation or absence of objective indicating well-being and an uncertain mental state. So it's also important these findings and these results, because it means that putting together all the data, the qualitative data, walking coaching seems to promote a more intense and tangible change, influencing physical vitality, cognitive clarity, emotional serenity, and it seems to show an holistic activation involving body and mind, meantime. The sit and talk coaching appears more stable, calm, and mentally focused. And the control group show no significant improvement. Some participants improve, some others worsen, and others remain unchanged. So there is not a clear trend. We are going to the conclusion. So if we integrate the qualitative and the quantitative analysis, we find a coherent conclusion that support our hypothesis. So from this study, walking coaching seems to have a specific capacity to enhance the effect of coaching in terms of vitality, in terms of well-being, in terms of clarity of thought. And we may say that walking coaching reinforces a more holistic effect, involving the whole person, thanks to the movement during the session, which act as a catalyst for transformation. Obviously, the research put us in front of some limitations, and despite we consider good results, the results are promising and are encouraging us, we have to keep calm. And the main limitation concern the small size of the sit and talk group and the unequal group distribution. But meantime, this research put us in front of a lot of thought, a lot of also proposal for the future. And the first one, obviously, is to enlarge and balance the sample group to support our statistical results. And another suggestion or another proposal, it should be to approach to a longitudinal research, because it should be useful to monitor and to evaluate the duration of the effect over time. It would be also interesting include physiological and behavioral indicator, an example, heart rate variability, cortisol level, and so on, to provide objective data able to support self-reported measured as we have done in this research. And future research may also compare different contexts, so compare natural and urban example environment to better understand the specific role of nature. And finally, and this is a kind of collective call to action, it would be valuable to apply this model in different contexts, organizational contexts, educational contexts, and both in Italy, but also and internationally. So to further test the applicability of this practice, this model. I want to thank you for the time, for your attention, and for allowing me to share our team's work from this past year. And I am honored and proud to represent the team today. And I obviously also want to thank the entire SCP community that has supported us, our research team, in going on and working on this study. And of course, a warm thank you to all the coach and coachee who took part in this study, and to the Professor Massimiliano Barattucci, who supported us in our data analysis. So thank you very much for the time. Thank you for the attention, and see you next year.
Thank you so much, Eliana. We have some question, but I think due the management of time, it's better to manage the question and answer in.
We will read them, and then in the common session we can try to answer. Okay.
So let's go with Maria Rita Fiasco and not Angela Di Rienzo, the mail that don't have the banner, but Roberto Gilli. For the third one, research stream, very interesting research stream, coaching and AI. So it's with very gratitude I may introduce Maria Rita Fiasco. Maria Rita is an entrepreneur, is coach, founder of Gruppo Pragma, with over 20 years of experience in a digital entrepreneur, and she specializes in digital learning and knowledge management. And Roberto is a researcher, is an AI expert, a research and innovation consultant, and one of the most humanistically savvy AI experts that I know. So over to you, Maria Rita. You are muted.
Thank you, Silvana. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy and proud to be with you. And I go directly to show the results of this year research in AI research stream. Which is about the reflective coach and reflect AI, a name that is not familiar to you because this is the name we have given to the coach bot that we showed to you last year. But I try to share, and I try also to go quickly to the things that you already know, okay? All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this year research is about the question of how the coaching relationships evolves through generative AI. So this is the focus of this year study. The research team has been already introduced, and it's a multidisciplinary team. So two psychologists and two non-psychologists, a scientist like Roberto in AI, and me as a coach with a socioeconomic background. This sentence, AI is not replacing thinking, it's helping us to reclaim, captures immediately the spirit of our research. We started from a paradox. AI, which many fear as a threat to thinking, can actually become a catalyst for thinking if we use it within a reflective, human-centered practice. So this work is about this, exactly about this. You know our positioning. This chart is well known by you because we use the technology to serve the reflective practice and the legacy of the reflective practice. These are our lights. There are also additional researchers and practitioners, but these are the pillars, I would say. And especially, I would raise your attention on the Kovacs and Curry studies, because they pointed out the difficulty to operationalize the concept of reflective practice, which is exactly the core of our research. Now, just to share that thinking feels like a luxury in present time. And this is the challenge for every one of us, also due to the drop of the attention span. I will not stay on this because it's a huge topic. But I think that we capture the challenge from this evidence because it is a scientific evidence also. The challenge is how to reactivate and to empower, to make it more powerful, the reflective and metacognitive habits in professionals overwhelmed by speed and data. And coaches are not, they are not living on another planet. So this year research was about the core question: how does the coaching relationship evolves when reflective practice is mediated by AI? Okay, I go quickly, and you have this chart and also additional papers, 5 papers we have prepared with the team. And okay, so this shows an evolution from our initial question, because we evolves. The more we study, the more we test, the more we experiment, the more we elaborate the data, the more our questions go deeper. So how does the relationship itself evolve through AI-mediated reflection? This is the journey, you know, we started in the year 2022, and it's a journey of expansion, I would say. And you see that in 2025, this expansion pertained the coaches, the supervisors, and corporate academies, and you see this brand, Reflect AI. This is the family of our coach bots, aimed and developed exactly and precisely for the reflective practice to seize the challenge Kovac and Carey gave to us. Okay, you see here the different logos. These are all applications designed within the SPC Italy's scientist practitioner framework, as we like to define the research approach of SCP. So Reflect AI has been thought and has been tested as a cognitive partner, not as a tool. Because as you will see if you take time to go deeper into the papers that we share with you today, we found that there are three paradigms for AI in coaching. AI-led, the machine replaces the coach. AI-enabled, AI as an operational assistant, but we are on the third paradigm, AI as a cognitive partner, that is, as a mirror for thinking and meaning making. So it's we are ambitious by doing this. And so we want the AI not doing things for us, but helping us to think better. And this is exactly the further step we have done this year. I hand over the stage to Roberto to remind us how technically this tool works and what we discovered by using it. So Roberto, under the name of Angela, so Angela here shows herself twice, but Roberto with a beard, I think it's easily recognizable.
Yes, this is the Reflect AI architecture. Of course, in these years, we change, we increase we change the architecture due to the fact that the AI is increasing over months and years. So the photograph now, the situation now is this one. So we use OpenAI GPT 4.1 as a model, and we are using Telegram as an interface. Telegram is a good user interface because it's very easy to manage. You just have to you can use it on the mobile, on the tablet, or on your browser, so on your PC, and it allows you to keep all your conversation in one flow. So it's very easy to manage. Of course, there is also a sort of backend because every conversation is saved. In particular, we saved the last solution is on Google Sheet, but also with other, we tested also other solutions. And also in the backstage, we also have AI that allows us, that help us to make the data analysis. So in particular, we use Gemini 2.5 by Google, 2.5 Pro by Google, but also we tested also other AIs to in the part of data analysis of all the conversation of the coach and the coachee. Of course, there are 2 points here. The experience of the coach that conversate with the AI, and so the reflective action that the coach need to do in order to make this conversation. But in this slide, we see also what we can have from this conversation, that are, of course, a lot of data, because there are a lot of conversation with different sessions, different coachee, different kind of exchange of information between AI and the coach. We made all this data with two kind of analysis. One is let me say more easy, that is quantitative data. That means number and duration of sessions, how much question and answer, how much words, how much time each coach is given in this flow of interaction with the AI, and this gives us a general overview of the system. And then we can also, due to the fact that we can use also artificial intelligence in this part of the analysis, have a qualitative data. That means taking all the conversations, so all the exchange between coach and AI, and elaborate this with the AI to see a lot of things. That means keywords, that means topics, that means the evolutionary trend of the coach and the relationship between coach and coachee, and so on. Of course, all these things can create a sort of general report in the quantitative data, and a specific report that can be given by, to the coach to see how how it was the evolution of the coaching session.
Okay, I turn the slide. I go quickly, Roberto. You have here in the presentation that is left to you the evidence, the learning from the field experience, and the field experience that goes from metrics to meaning. That's our challenge, connecting evidence and insights. So we clustered this learning from description to awareness, the evolution of the process of the reflective practice, from structure to presence, from control to trust. You see that we have clustered the evidence of the data analysis and the content analysis and the insight analysis. So you see the evolution from technical mastery to identity awareness and so on. And the most important thing is that Reflect AI acts as a dialogical mirror. And this, you see one of the sentences we captured. It felt like talking to a mirror that listens without judging. I go fast because I want to show this year evidence. Reflect AI is embedded, is included in the process, in the feedback process of the masters of the Organizational Coaching Psychologists Master Course. And it's an active way to connect the practice of the coaches that are in training and the assessment process. And the evolutions we observed is about, you see here, these 5 dimensions: language precisions, depth of reflections, psychological safety, pattern recognition, learning, agency. So we think, and the experience showed us that Reflect AI is really an opportunity, a practical opportunity to to create a reflective pause and see experience better, also for scientific purposes. So the early findings we have from a pilot that put together coach and coachee to see how the relationship evolves from the two perspectives showed us improved retention of insights, greater continuity between sessions, and a richer relational loop. So reflective practice is not an area that is only for the coach, but also for the coaches to enhance, to empower his or her learning process during the transformation journey that coaching experience enables. This year, so we had a pilot putting together coach and coaches. And also we started a very interesting experience. We expect a lot from this experience, from the reflective AI for coach for individuals toward a reflective organizations. We have corporate academies in Italy and I think maybe also in other countries. And we have started this month a pilot integration and experimentation in corporate academy. What is interesting in this new field test? It's the fact that the coaches, the coaching team from the corporate academy put together coaches from different backgrounds and business areas. So we can see how the attitude in the reflective practice shows differently when we have professional and internal coaches with different backgrounds and business areas. Also, in the framework of an organization that has chosen to incorporate the coaching culture in its path. We are close to finish. I'm sorry, we were very short in time. What we are exploring next. I just to wrap up. These are the three questions that drives our research. How reflection, AI, mediated reflection, reshape the coaching relationship over time. How we can define measurable indicators of reflective depth, and what cross-cultural patterns emerge in AI-supported reflection. Help us in expanding the Reflect AI research internationally, and join us. Finally, as a gift, you see here, these are 5 white papers that summarize our experience in AI and reflective practice. And you see different points of view that you can read in these articles. You have here a QR code that drives you directly to the article that is about the different topics. So thank you very much. I'm sorry that we were a little bit late. I hope you have found this research interesting as the other of the research streams of SCP Italy Research Hub. And I see a lot of synergy between these streams that I hope we can further implement. Thank you so much. Thank you, Silvana. Thank you, Severus. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You're on mute, Silvana.
Sorry.
Mute.
Thank you so much, Maria Rita. And please, Roberto, can you put in the chat the link to the mini sito for all 5 the
Papers.
Yes, thank you. And so I think we have just less than 10 minutes for the opening for the networking session, and try to ask a few questions that people thank you to all. A big thank you to this organization, and we can move to the link that I think is on chat.
Okay, Silvana. I have posted the link into the chat, so hopefully anyone who wants to go into the networking room and carry on these conversations will be able to do so. There are some questions that have come through in the Q&A, so I'm just checking you've got those so you can carry those across into the networking room if that's how you're going to answer them. Yeah, so just wanted to give you a chance to screenshot those or take a copy of them from Andrea, Arena, a couple from Andrea actually. And I think there might be one in the chat as well. So
Yeah, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I see the question about AI also. Yes, it's interesting. Shall we go to the Zoom breakout or shall we stay here?
I think the plan's to move over to the networking room, is it not, Stephen? Just given the
If you've got time to answer a few Q&As here, that's fine. Otherwise, go over to the networking room. I won't stop recording until I know we're officially closed.
Okay, so we go to the working room, don't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you prefer to answer questions there? Yeah.
That's what you wish to do. You have
Yeah,
a
that's
choice.
what
You
we're
can
saying.
answer. Yeah, okay. You can answer some here if you wanted to, but if you want to go over to the work breakout room, that's fine. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah. How long shall we stay in the working room? 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
In the breakout room, it's normally about 20 minutes, depending upon the number of questions.
Okay, so I go to the breakout room, okay?
Yes.
If you all join as a group there, and you can answer any questions in the
So
group.
might be different questions for different presenters.
Yes, we won't separate out the different groups, I think, because it's far better to put you all in one group as a part of the symposium. Would be the best thing.
Okay, I go.
Does that make sense?
Okay, I go then.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. It's been really interesting, and also not only interesting, it's good to see how things have developed over the past few years as the research has been carrying on, and it's been great to see that. I look forward to see more publications, of course, as I would say that.
Sure.
But it'd be great to see them, and just carry on the good work. And I hope you'd like to come back next year as well for the 5th symposium of your group.
We
You don't
hope
have
so.
to, but we'd really like you to come back if you can.
We hope so. Sure. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody. I go to the breakout, okay, in case there is someone.
I'll see you in there, Maria.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.